Okay, so we have been talking about IT66A, and the last point was why you are exactly the kind of person that you hate when you talk about all of this stuff, right? So when you say that she has to keep her mouth shut because she is creating a bad impression on person, you're basically setting a bad precedent, saying, "I don't like what you're saying. You may say it. You need to be responsible, and please don't say such things." What you are doing is technically technically you are allowing that person the right to have his or her freedom of speech, but unwittingly, without considering this, what you're doing is you are keeping the topic a taboo, because there was some pushback when Deepika Padukone talked about such a taboo topic. Because you pushed her back, because there was a social some sort of social persecution, you will not allow other people to come out and talk about this. So if Deepika Padukone talked and we asked her questions and we took the conversation forward, 100 people would have joined in. Right now, what's happening is, since you are pushing back, since you're saying that that was irresponsible, since you did not take the responsibility of, or take the responsibility of teaching the 10 people or 10 women around you, you're taking away the freedom of speech of 10,000 or 1 lakh other people. And what is freedom of speech? Freedom of speech is a freedom of saying anything that you think is right, that you think should be stood up for, without the fear of social, economical, or legal persecution. You are persecuting someone who's talking out. So, in doing so, basically, there is something that you don't want to talk about. There is something that you are very angry about. You said, "Hey, the government's ban what they feel angry about," and you persecute people when you are angry about something. So you are no different from a government which bans things. Uh, the reason is, you might feel actually revolted, saying, "ये बंदा है कौन बहन जो हम लोग के लिए ऐसा बोल रहा है? हम तो दूध के धुले हैं यार, हम तो सब कुछ अच्छा करते हैं." If you have to say, remember that point, Joffrey. Anyone who has to say that I am the king is no king. Like, and if you have to say that I am right and you are not getting it, you are the one who does not understand. You need to look back. Maybe, maybe everybody else is understanding what you are trying to say. But the reason you don't understand what everybody else is saying, or the reason you think that everybody else is wrong, is because you are not trying to take their point of view. I know such people. This is how the conversation goes. Hey, A, I think A is right. I think B is right. Heated conversation, a lot of friction. Now A is heated up, B is heated up. Say, B, you just don't get it. You are not getting it. You should know. B gives his responses. And he's like, "See, this is your problem. You never listen." He's like, "Okay, ask a question. I'll tell you." And he's like, "No, no, 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 no. This is your problem. This is your problem. Blah, 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 blah." What's happening is, conversation has stopped. A is angry. And A is just angry. And A is doing nothing but spewing eloquent nonsense when he or she is angry. In that case, we are even persecuting B for standing up for somebody else's freedom of speech. My point was, if you do not understand something, you need to make an attempt to understand it first. And if after your 1,000 or 1,000 or 100,000 attempts to show someone what the truth is, and if they're still not getting it, chances are that you are the one who's not getting it. And such pada lekha morons exist in India. You see, you can have knowledge. You can have knowledge. Knowledge is just creating neural networks in your head. But it is when you are angry that your character shows up. Because when you are angry, you have to make a choice in lashing out or in listening. And you won't, and you and only you can understand why you were angry. And you think internally you will have a story of why you got angry. But everyone has reasons. No one is the villain in the story in their head. Everyone is a hero in the story in their head. The question is, who is the villain? That is the question. In my opinion, I am right. In your opinion, you are right. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who decides?